There we go. If I could ask everyone to go ahead and mute their phones if they're able. Let me do this for her. There we go. All right. I want to welcome everybody. We're happy that you're here. We're happy that all of you are out there just busy as little bees. We see the activity going on, and especially a lot of you have your own rooms in the challenge. And so that in itself was a little bit of a job. You always get those little questions of, where's this, where's that? I will say this on the challenge. There is points for being on Zoom for meeting, but I just don't know how to record them yet, and I'll be finding that out and making sure everyone gets that to where there are people that can join their Zoom gets that. And for you that are not able to do your own Zoom for one reason or another, your people are more than welcome to join us. Ours is at 6:45. It follows this Zoom meeting for coaches, so they're more than welcome, okay? With that, maybe somebody's got a story about some of the things going on in your rooms, some of the funny stories, some of the great stories, and just someone pop off and tell us about it.
Well, Nathan, our son, lost almost 10 pounds.
Let them talk first.
Well, I know. I was just going to tell him I'm very proud of him. He lost almost 10 pounds in 1 week. So I'm really proud of him for that.
Well, I'll tell you a positive story off a negative spin with some of the technical challenges that we've had with the room. I had one person get so frustrated with the challenge that she just decided to sign up as a client instead and skip the challenge. Well, so I thought that was good. She says, I'll just go ahead and do the program and just sign me up on that. And I said, well, we'll get you into the... So that kind of a positive spin on things.
Okay, anybody else?
That's a great
spin.
Yeah, you didn't lose her. Awesome.
I'm waiting. Oh, I'm a patient person now.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Anybody? Oh, Diana, in case you didn't know, we're waiting to talk about the different rooms, different challenge room stuff, some of the interesting things that have happened. Okay?
I'm finding that I've got 9 people and 3 more coming on today. I guess we have till Monday.
Yeah, I think it's still the 30th. That could be Tuesday. I'm not. It's somewhere in there. I know for sure. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's been very well. The people that are on it, they're very excited. So, so that's well. I've got a couple. I do have a question. I've got a couple that they've signed up, but they've never weighed in. They haven't done anything. And I know when I call them, they're going to tell me they want to drop off. And if they really want to drop off, is there a way to delete them so they don't skew the numbers? You know, if we've got so many people working so hard and then 2 or 3 people that are just not part of it.
What I would do on the contact on the thing is shoot an email off to them and say, hey, we got 2 people that signed, and then now I can't get a hold of them. They're not responding. Of course, you know, there is money involved. That's the thing. They paid the $20, so, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the answer to that. It might be a good question to ask the challenge room, though. So, okay.
And I also have a client who their team didn't come together, and they want to transfer to my team.
Yeah, that can be done.
And I sent an email off to the Meltdown Challenge team, and I haven't heard anything. Is that the best avenue to do it, or should I be talking to Terry?
No. Terry would be. Terry's got about 600 something rooms. She'd be.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought, but I didn't know.
So the best thing is the challenge. Now they are getting caught up there when the system was running slow and all that. That was their number one thing, is getting it up and running. And I had one other coach that got a person that signed up and never showed up in the room. And so there's a few of those little challenges, but they'll work it out. And I've even been asked the question on. I've only got 8 people in my room. I tell them, really work hard to get 10, because you enter the challenge to try to win the $1,000. But I don't want anyone to lose sight of really what this is all about. I am utterly amazed. We've got quite a few people in our room that I don't know or don't know very well. And I am just simply amazed. The challenge wall, your team wall, is just gosh, I get on there every morning because I want to read what the people have been writing, and they're encouraging each other.
And they share their hearts, they share their victories, some struggles, and everyone's encouraging each other. And that's what we wanted, was a community. Diane Ray joined us, and Diane, we're just talking about our teams, and if you have anything exciting to share about your team or your team room or anything like that. So, it's exciting.
Oops, I'm going to turn my phone off.
I'm just really excited because my team, it's fun. They're asking amazing questions. Tell me about your snacks. I mean, I don't know. It's just really exciting. I don't know. I have like 12 people, I think, but it's just fun. More people are joining. So it's fun.
It's fun. That's great. Okay, so
I'm typing away as we speak here, but I could do two things at once. Really honest. So
she was saying she has 12, and they're all excited. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, and one of the comments put on our wall is that one of the gals said, "Love the challenge. It's so encouraging. Had 2 functions to go to today. One was a baby shower. I did good. All I did is drink my water and eat my meal replacement." She happens to be a client. Or no, she didn't say that. She's not a client.
She's not a client.
Said I eat real good. I ate healthy. Didn't have a. She said then went to the second party, and that chocolate cake was delicious.
That was my party. She did. She said that.
So I thought, well, So anyway,
they're being real.
It's on their mind and stuff like that. Yeah. So anybody else have something to share?
Well, ours is going really well, and I love the community of support. And I think that's just I can't wait to get on in the morning and see what everybody's writing, like you guys alluded to. It's wonderful, and it's really great to get the surveys back too, and then respond to the surveys and what they desire and what they want, what they'd like to see change in their life, and how do I go about doing yada yada yada, whatever it is. And so that's cool because I try to address those personally through email, and then the readings, of course, are just amazing, and everybody is commenting about the reading, the daily reading, and great. And in fact, they're so good that I've copy and pasted those and put them right on my wall. And actually, I've copied and pasted many of them and put them in a file. Yeah, to use it.
Well, we have a couple that joined reluctantly, and they said, no, we got to change our lifestyle, and they're not clients. And man, day 2, I have momentum. Then the wife said it. Then the husband, a couple days later, I'm so excited. I mean, you just see, and then they're going to start asking more questions, like you said, oh, how did they do that? Or so it's just great,
And I've had the privilege of some of the other coaches having people already. Well, Frank shared that one of his people struggled getting in the challenge, so just became a client instead. But I've had a couple in the other Zoom rooms that the coach said, hey, they want to know more about what's going on, because we, just like Sue shared earlier, our son lost 9.5 pounds on the first week, and he shared that, and that instantly, when you're someone out there, and you know how hard it is to do this on your own, you don't have an established program or something lying down. I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying it's more difficult, and to see people in other rooms that coaches have asked me to come and do 3-way. We're actually doing 3-way Zooms, which is really interesting. Did a gal in Georgia last night, and I said, man, I could listen to you talk all night long. And we just hit it off, and we got to talking and stuff, and she's asking questions, and we weren't trying to sell anything, but we were trying to tell her, an outline program really helps because you don't have to think, and got to talk and stuff. And she's a nurse and very interested. So then we started talking about coaching, and it just was natural. And I said, right. I didn't get on this call to talk about that, but I said, you're just a natural. Come to find out she's a nurse and all this stuff. And it just was a natural, is that this person, I could tell, loved people and loved to help people. That's why she got in the nursing. And so these things, just like you said, the surveys, please take the time to read your surveys.
Oh, gosh.
Because they'll tell you people that are approachable, and they'll also tell you the ones that aren't. And those you just keep building a relationship with, and tell them how glad you are to have them in the challenge room, and that you counted a real privilege for that, okay? And anybody else? Anybody? let's talk about a little bit about some of the challenges you've had. I know Caroline mentioned that a couple of her people haven't done their weigh-in and stuff, and it does get to a point where, as a coach, we think we're nagging them. We still got a couple that I'm sorry, I'm going to put this on silent because it just dings. It'll just ding all night. Chat's not working. Is anyone? I've had a couple chat things here, Diane. So try again because I've got a couple of messages on chat. So see if it works. Maybe somebody else try test on the chat. But we have to be careful and just try to bring those people along, get them their weight, scale, and stuff. And for me, I'm going to give it to about this weekend. I've got a couple that still haven't weighed in, done their pictures. If it means me to spend a little time on the phone walking them through it, because a lot of times, like most of us, technology is a struggle.
Chat works.
Yeah, okay, it's working good. So any other challenges?
Can I just say I'm scared to do my own Zoom?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's normal.
But I want to try to do it this week.
Okay. Okay. We have a couple of them. They're doing their first Zoom. Now let me tell you this.
Yeah, Stacy.
Yeah, one of the things to do is start a meeting with just you in the meeting. You can start a meeting anytime you want. You can start it, and you can play with the little buttons. And if you mess up, you're the only one that knows. And then I've had a husband and wife, after they got used to that, he Zoomed from downstairs and she was upstairs, and they practiced and stuff like that. And you know what? This is just a form of communication.
You can do it, Diane.
So, you'll do great, and it'll open up. I just love the idea that when we do 3-ways now, we do them on Zoom. Not always, but a lot. And it's just, I see the person.
It's more personable.
Yeah,
it's better.
I was amazed at how the relationships built so rapidly. So, okay.
Well, and I do remember in the last challenge, or maybe the challenge before, I was on a team with you guys, but I didn't know anybody else, and it was just so much fun to be on that Zoom call with everybody.
Yeah.
But,
you almost look forward to it. It's like, oh, I get to see all my peeps.
Yeah. It made your team solidified.
Yeah.
Okay, let me help you on your Zoom meeting. You're going to have to lower your computer a little bit because all we see is your nose.
Really?
Yeah. We don't see your chin or your
You got to
I see my whole face.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help you.
There you go.
There, perfect. Isn't that better, guys? Isn't she beautiful? I'm telling you.
She's wonderful.
I did.
Go ahead.
I did my first Zoom last night, and I'll just say, Jack and Sue, you make it look easy. By the way, it's not that. I mean, it went off well. I have a client that's actually is from the Washington area, but she teaches in Moscow, Russia.
Wow.
So she's a client, and we kind of ship it to her friend, and her friend ships it over to her in Moscow. And anyway, so she was on Zoom, and she just appreciated it. She doesn't have a lot of community and friendship interaction, and she can tell me even in Moscow this Take Shape for Life, our program works for her as a teacher.
That's
so
amazing. Even in foreign countries it works.
Yeah, it was amazing. No, but she really did appreciate Zoom, and it took a little while, but it was helpful for her. It didn't have a lot of folks, and it wasn't real smooth, but next time will be better.
So you're planning like a weekly Zoom call, or what are you doing?
I'm not sure. We're going. One thing I don't know is how do I like your ID number looks like it's more of an area code in your phone number.
It is. It's purposely we did that.
Yeah, and so I don't know how to change that specifically because I sent out a couple notices on Zoom and it had 2 different ID numbers. So that's the part I haven't quite figured out.
Okay, on ours, we pay for ours. It pays for a room of up to 25 people, and it's $90 or $99 a year. I think something like I forget. But in that, it lets me establish. You see the little ID when you open your Zoom room. There's an ID at the top. I think that's your ID, but I think it might change from time to time. And to go to your point, Frank, you didn't see us when we first started. When I sent out a Zoom number to everybody, and I went to some other room. And so I'm sitting there waiting, and people are going, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah,
Hey, we're in the room.
it
So
was
then
bad.
I had to look back through my emails to see what I sent, and I come, so I went back through my emails and clicked on the Zoom meeting that I'd sent to everybody, and I got in. So
It's like riding a bike. Until you try it yourself, you just won't know it.
So, and that's what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I say get in and practice it yourself.
Yeah.
Practice sharing your screen. Practice chatting. See, and that's the thing. A lot of times people think I'm typing, and I am. I'm answering chats and stuff. But in the beginning, I didn't do anything, man. Just to see you guys on the screen and try to keep the meeting going was a challenge enough. So, anyone else? Okay. Anyone else? We're talking about our Zoom rooms and our experiences and stuff like that.
And doing your own Zoom meeting.
I will say this, Diane, and all Frank, all you guys that are doing your own Zoom meetings, it will pay just like the challenge wall if you'll really encourage your people. And of course, they get points for chatting with their teammates.
So they're the little chatterboxes.
Yeah,
on
they'll
our
always
thing.
jump on there.
Yeah.
I see a lot of them in the morning, which to Diana's thing, I love going in the mornings.
Mhm.
I love having my first cup of coffee, just reading what people are saying. It really builds that rapport. And that same thing that Frank experienced when he had that client that's in Russia is happening all over with the Zooms. It's happening with and there's bonds. To Diane Ray's point, she built some bonds with people in that room, even though she was a coach and they weren't her clients.
Mhm.
But it's just something about that. And we see that happening in our room, even for our non-clients.
Even with you guys.
Yes. That's why when we started these Zooms back a few months ago, it was for what we'd seen in the challenge of having that room and them chattering back and forth. We realized that Zoom could be a very powerful unit. So the worst you could do is you turn off the meeting in the middle of it. I mean, so anyone else?
We tried to last night, but it didn't work.
Okay, what was the struggle?
Well,
she was in the wrong room. She was in a different
That's what
room.
we did.
But it was.
You're gonna be big, Tony, because you did the same thing.
Yeah, we were in
that
the
all
wrong
of
room
us have done.
the first time.
All leaders make, and we go all the way to the Millers. I was on some of the Millers' first Zooms, and they were just as bad as we were. So it's just, it's all in the family.
Yeah.
But
I'm happy though. But we figured it out afterwards. So we stayed up probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours and we figured it out. I mean, we
were zooming each other.
Yeah, that's good.
That's exactly what you do. You zoom each other.
Practice.
So
50 feet away.
we got about 7 or 8 more minutes. And so what I want to talk about now is something I think I talk about a lot. One, I want to encourage all of you, hopefully all of you are in the challenge. If you don't have your own room or whatever, most of you I know do. But on the homework, and I encourage this to all the challenge, really take the time to do the homework, not just click, get the point. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to. It's your phone number. We don't want to just. I mean, did you guys read day 7, the Big Life Transformation today on your work? They got some excellent stuff in there, and so I want to encourage you to encourage your challengers, but you also, because it really, really will help. The other thing I want to talk about is persistence. Okay, blocking out that time. Not just saying not saying I'm going to spend 5 hours a week.
It's muted.
There we go.
Well, I've got you on 2 of you now. I've got you on my phone and my iPad. So
Glenda.
Hi, Glenn.
I've been trying to get a hold of you guys since 6 o'clock, and hallelujah, I made it.
Well, not that I don't love you, but I'm going to mute you.
Okay, you mute me because I'll just listen.
I don't know if it's going to let me mute you. That's terrible. It's not going to let me mute you.
Okay, be good, Glenda.
Okay, go ahead.
I will. I'm going to get you off my phone. That'll help.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Gotta love her. Gotta love Glenda.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Well, that Did everybody wake up there?
Yes.
So anyway, so as Glenda comes in for the close here, again, any of you that aren't doing your own Zooms, you're more than welcome at 6:45 on Tuesdays to join us with your people. I think they'll get excited to see what's going on
In the challenge.
Yeah, in the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is we're talking about persistence. You know, saying you really need. If you're not, you need to figure out how much time you're going to give to take shape, and then do that time. Figure out how much you're going to for your personal enhancement. How much trying to talk to people, all these different things, and be persistent. Don't let I'm going to do this and let a week go by. Do that little bit every day.
And I think on the challenge, you can email and just encourage, the team members. I mean, there's no law that says you can't do anything outside of that wall. And so if you just want to encourage them, especially the ones that aren't clients yet, I think it's important to, include them.
Of course, on the surveys, the ones that are non-clients, the surveys are good for all. It's amazing what some of your clients are thinking. And now that when you call them and everything's fine, how'd your week go? Fine. And you got to just like peeling an onion to get down to what's really that survey. They just type all the little things in there and tell you something. So any other questions or comments before we close tonight?
Are we still in the challenge or anything?
No.
I have a question, please. I have a challenger that is having such a hard time getting on, and she just talked to me. That's the reason why I was late getting it onto the Zoom. But she was telling me that even last night she had a problem. It says cannot be displayed. I'm sure we all seen that this morning, and she finally kind of got on, but it was really slow. But this is how it's been for her, and so she's really not feeling it, but she's excited about it. She's already lost 5 pounds the first week, but as she was talking to me, because she FaceTimed me, she showed it to me, and it was still saying cannot display. So her husband's coming home and going to try to help, but hopefully she'll get her.
Let me
I
talk
don't think she got all her points yesterday.
Yeah, let me talk to you about this. One, there's different levels of computers. There are different browsers. And I'm not an IT guy, but I'm around it enough to know that I've got some that it could be because their computer is so old and stuff that it's just not working for them. I tell people, I know this is an inconvenience, but why don't you try going to the library and doing it from there one time and seeing how it works? Because if it works there, then they know the problem lies back at home, that kind of stuff. But we've just had 1 or 2, but we've been able to work it out. But most of the time, because we don't know how. Now you might even ask her how old's your computer and things like that. What browser are you using? All those things matter a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else? Well, we'll try to get. We'll always.
Glenda's raising her hand.
Are you raising your hand, Glenda? Or she's putting her glasses on?
No, she has to unmute.
You have to unmute. There you go.
There we go. Yes. Now there's supposed to be another Zoom after this one at 6:45.
Yeah, that's for the challenge. The people in the challenge. It can be you, the people in your room. Anybody can join us.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if it was just for the coaches or just for if you had a room, and that's fine too. But what is that all about?
That will be just to give you a heads up. We'll ask the challengers, the ones that show up and stuff, how's it going for them? Anybody got any funny stories? Anybody got any success stories? We've had numerous people not in our room. We've had good success in our room, but we've had people outside telling our coaches that have their own challenge room how they've lost this, they can't believe it. So we're just trying to make everyone. We don't go as long on the challenge. Basically, it's for them to get in, us to encourage them, and those kind of things. So
okay, yeah, because when you're supposed to reply to someone, I went on the main one and replied to somebody, and they didn't give me credit. I had to go into my
team.
In the team.
They're really pushing the community within the team, building the bonds.
Yeah.
Realistically, there's almost 6,000 people in our hotel now. and you can't build much of a relationship with 6,000 people. I mean,
No, I just
that.
didn't. I just thought we were supposed to say it to anybody out there. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
got
that's
that
okay.
one all straight. So we're good.
You know, you can put it on the thing you can put on the main wall, and within seconds, you're 30 people down. You know,
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, guys, again, any questions or anything before we stop this? We're going to get back to more of a subject matter next week. We'll always answer challenge things, but everyone's challenge seems to be running pretty good. You need to use the challenge contact thing. If you're having any problems, contact them, because I can't really help you with those things, and neither can Terry. And let's just keep moving. I think that this has been a positive week. I think I looked on the board, the people that have reported, there's been over 1,600 pounds lost or something like that, some big number. But anyway, any questions before we chime off? And I'll see some of you at 6:45, I hope, okay?
Any questions?
Any questions? Okay, sign off. We'll see some of you in a few minutes.